Hello and welcome to the Nerd Age Podcast. This is a show we talk about things that are nerdy. My name is Jonah. I'm here with Josh.
What's up?
And Mick.
Hey.
We're so glad you're here with us this week for another episode of the Nerd Age Podcast. We're going to start with some trailer talk. I don't think we have the... Do we have the song on here? Nope, we don't.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, I don't know what that was.
That was trash, I think.
Was it?
Should we do it?
I heard a laser.
Do the middle one.
Oh, what a blast.
Okay. How about the middle one? See what the middle one does.
Middle one.
Trash.
How about the third one?
In a world where people talk about trailers, it's time for trailer talk.
There it is.
Dun, dun, dun.
Trailer talk. We got two trailers that we're going to discuss. I guess we can do trash or blast. Do you remember which ones you clicked there that those were? The first one, we might as well start with it. Fantastic Four. People were waiting for this for a while. We've seen some clips, some casting, some shots of it, but we finally got our first official trailer. I thought the aesthetic of this movie looks really good. I like that it's set in the past. I like that look. It looks like it could be a sequel or around the same period as Captain America, the first Avenger, kind of.
Yeah,
you know,
bit.
like I just like that. My big complaint with Marvel is that all of their movies kind of feel and look the same.
Yeah.
This one has a unique look to it that I like. I think the casting's really good. I thought the characters looked good in their suits and how they did, Sue Storm's powers, how they looked, how she was. There's a shot there where she's going invisible and he's Pedro Pascal's holding her hand and you can see through her, see him. Like there's some really cool shots in this trailer. There's some shots of Johnny Storm where he's flying up. I was like, that looks like a better Superman shot than anything we got in the Superman trailer. Like when he's flying up, and you see the world behind him and he's falling back. I was like, that looks like a Superman shot. Anyways, I thought it looked really good. The casting is really interesting. The one thing that makes me a little disappointed about this is I'm like, Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom. And
I mean, you don't know that yet.
But we know,
you haven't seen it.
yeah, but we know he is. That kind of makes me be like, ugh. I feel like they could do something unique here, and they're going to pull this universe into the Marvel universe where Captain America, New World Order, or whatever it's called, is in, and those clips look terrible. So to me, it's like,
Red
this
Hulk,
looks cool, but I don't know how they're going to pull it off to like make it work. What do you guys think anyways?
I agree. I think this was on our most anticipated list, and I agree. It definitely looks different. It looks like I think it's supposed to be set in the 60s, and it definitely has just, I don't know if it's like some kind of film grain that they're using, but it definitely has that kind of vintage look that makes it feel different enough from all the poo-poo stuff we're getting with, like you said, with whatever Captain America.
He's like, when they're editing, he's like, can you do a non-poo-poo filter? There it is. There it is.
It looks so much better without the poo-poo. But yeah, I think the thing looks really good, very comic accurate, without looking goofy or cartoony. I think that translated pretty well.
I like the shot where he's looking at his
TV.
old self, and then he's in the reflection. I thought it's like, that was cool.
Did you get what they did there?
Did you see what they were doing?
His noose in the reflection.
And then he was like, the most best good looking, most good looking, whatever. And then it showed him, and it's a freaking rock face.
Now he's a rock.
Yeah.
I also like,
but he's always been the Rock.
I also like the Halloween costumes, so the little rock dudes. I was like, I kind of want one of those.
You want one of those? So you can look ugly.
I thought it was interesting too. They showed everybody else's powers, but they didn't show Reed Richards.
Yeah, the CGI is probably not ready on it.
They didn't show Stretchy guy.
It's just such a hard power to look cool and like not kind of gross. I feel like every time I've seen the live action stuff, it's like, it's not really cool.
It is the lamest superpower.
Well,
it really is.
Can
dude.
we? what was you would know this because you're a bigger Fantastic Four fan, but the scene I hate from the original Fantastic Four is when
is he dancing at his bachelor party?
When he starts doing the stuff with the like elongating his fingers.
Oh, and he like goes under the door.
Well, and he's like talking to like the ladies, and they're like, "Ooh," and then like showing how stretchy he is.
Yeah.
And Jessica Alba's character like gets angry at him because he's like,
That's the second movie. And that's at his bachelor party, and he's like doing the weird dancing things.
I'm like, this is so dumb.
That scene to me, that's like the epitome of early 2000 comic book movies where
dig on this.
Yeah, it's that same kind of stuff. The basketball scenes in Daredevil or whatever, just compile all that in one clip.
A little time capsule.
I feel like, at least from the very short amount of stuff we've seen in the trailer, it seems like they're being sincere with the characters.
Yeah.
I don't get a sense that it's like, oh, haha, look at the Thing, or what should we call ourselves? I don't know. Think of something fantastic, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I have heard that they already, I guess before they got their powers, they already went by the Fantastic Four. Because I think
that'd be cool.
Yeah, because I think they were already kind of a group of 4 scientists / astronauts, doing astronaut things or whatever scientists do. So and just having it set in the 60s timeline, that type of naming of things just makes sense. I mean, you even got the
Fantastic Four.
You even got the Fab Four Beatles, so it makes sense.
We got the Fab Four and the Fantastic Four. Who do you prefer?
It's a hard one. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But we got to look at least the back of Galactus's head.
Yeah.
And that seems pretty comic
Jaden
accurate.
Smith, actually.
I was just scrolling through Facebook and I was like, wow, that's a really funny post. I was like, what? Joe made it?
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's the Nerd Age podcast.
Oh, nice, dude.
We're dipping our toes into the meme game.
Did it go viral yet?
No.
Oh,
not yet.
Okay. Well,
not yet. Let's see. Saw a little bit of the Fantastic car.
That card was sick.
It was pretty cool.
There's also the scene where Johnny Stormer's going through, and they're like, they think he's chasing the Silver Surfer during that scene. They just removed the Silver Surfer because there's a weird spot there where you're like, there should be something there, and it seems like it's edited over, which Marvel tends to do, where they're like, let's just scrub someone out of there.
Times, yeah.
People are even saying that like maybe Sue Storm's pregnant, and they removed her baby bump because like she walks weird.
She's got the waddle.
Yeah, she's like kind of waddles around.
There's a let me keep talking. I'll find that.
I think for me, it wasn't on my most anticipated list, but I thought this was a really good trailer. The music was good. Michael Giacchino.
Fantastic Four.
That was cool. I thought it was a different type of score so far. But yeah, it looked cool. And I don't know where I saw this, but I think it actually takes place in another universe.
Yes.
So that's kind of what I'm like. It makes me a little sad. I think, Jonah, you were kind of saying the same thing. I would like to just have a Fantastic Four movie
and
on its own. Yeah. Let's have an X-Men movie over here on its own in its own universe. You know what I mean? Like do more multiverse stories that are just take place.
Yeah.
In their own universe. I don't need to see Captain Marvel show up. You know what I mean?
Or what would be really cool is if they have this 60s timeline going on. If they just stuck with that for like the next 10 movies, they have like a 60s Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. That'd
like
be sweet.
all of that just taking place.
Yeah.
Cause that would be like kind of a way to do a reboot in a way without like, okay, this is why we're casting new people. Like everything's, forget about what happened. Because I know a lot of people care about that kind of stuff. Yeah. I think at this point, it's like they probably should reboot and just start it over. But I feel like that way would be really cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, that's like the 60s were such a popular time for Marvel Comics anyway that I feel like they could do really cool and just fun things with that. And I don't know, I feel like having it set in modern times, you almost have too much to play with. With it set in the 60s, you're really kind of narrowed in
Yeah.
on what you can do, what technology there is, and I think there's just more fun stuff.
And
to
they're
do.
handcuffed to what they've been doing with like, Doctor Strange
Yep.
is going around with Charlize Theron somewhere. You know, like
Yeah,
they have all these things.
Not anymore.
They have all these things.
Where's
where's
Hercules at?
but yeah, exactly. They have all these things that are out there that now they're kind of handcuffed to, like the new Guardians of the Galaxy, or like you said, where's Hercules at? You know, and Thor and all this kind of. It just feels like this feels like you can reset and do like, hey, we don't have to worry about all this other stuff. It's in a time period. Same thing with the X-Men. It's like you're gonna bring in Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, with Captain Marvel and all these other characters. Like it'd be perfect just to start your own X-Men universe that doesn't have to connect. Like this is on a different, universe. The tweet I found was reportedly Galactus is reportedly in search of Franklin Richards to rebuild his old universe in the Fantastic Four. So that's that'd be interesting if that was the case. The other thing that I think is kind of interesting, this is part of the news we were going to talk about, but since we're talking about Marvel anyways, there's a rumor that Jonathan Majors is actually coming back as Kang, that they're trying to figure out how to bring him in. I would assume this is after Doctor Doom or whatever the whole thing with him. Although I think it still would be kind of cool to have Doctor Doom show up and kill everybody, kill all the Kangs.
Like
in the comics.
they bring Jonathan Majors back just to kill him.
Be like, hey, we're giving you a
Now there's
consent.
no question.
But
He's
I
done.
think they did that in What If season 3. They said they killed all the Kangs off screen. Like someone just mentions it. So I don't know. There's just a rumor that apparently Feige's trying to figure out how to get him back. I hope not, because I felt like Kang was... They destroyed him in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
The fact that he got destroyed with a bunch of the ants, to me, just felt like this is the guy we're supposed to be afraid of. Like, you set up Thanos so well with all these other things, like, oh my gosh, he's so scary. And this guy's like, no, I was taken out by ants. And he was the one that all the other Kangs were afraid of. Nah, not for me. But that's interesting anyways. Any final thoughts on Fantastic Four before we move on to another trailer?
I don't think so, but I'm very hopeful, and I'm rarely ever hopeful for any Marvel movie. So
yeah,
I hope it does well, because Fantastic Four movies do not have a good track record. But this one does seem like it has a lot of things going for it. So
yeah, it does.
I think so far, I really hope that it's like just a new feel, not Marvel humor crap. Just poo-poo stuff that just no one likes anymore. Everyone's sick of it.
I've never seen a Fantastic Four movie in my life, so this will be my first one.
You start with number 2. No. I know the one I didn't see was the Fan 4 stick.
I never saw one.
Yeah,
maybe we should watch it.
maybe you should. But we all agree this is a blast, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
Oh, what a blast!
the next trailer we're going to talk about is Jurassic World Rebirth.
Did they play that song?
At the end,
I think it
goes.
at the end.
This actually looks pretty good. I think my biggest complaint from the trailer was Scarlett Johansson.
I don't like Scarlett Johansson.
I don't think she's a great actress. I just don't. Her delivery in lines is just so like we've talked about like certain actors that kind of everything they do is the same. She's one of those actresses that
She's the female Chris Pratt.
her line delivery, everything is always the same. It's just you can't see her like to me. It's like that's Scarlett Johansson. That's
ScarJo.
So the rest of the cast I think is good. I like the whole premise of it. Like, hey, we're going to this island where they kind of developed all these dinosaurs and they kind of experimented. We kind of see a kind of a experiment T-Rex that's like a mix or something that looks kind of cool. Give me alien vibes, especially in the red. Kind of looks like alien mixed with a T-Rex mixed with a what is that thing called? Rancor, like a bantha. But I thought it looks interesting. I like that they didn't show a ton, like the raptors. They just show their toes, you know. And I'm in. I'm always in for more dinosaurs. Jurassic Park. Let's go.
So Jonah likes raptor toes.
I do.
Right.
I got a raptor toe fetish.
All right. You heard it here first, folks. Yeah, I don't know. I think I got a little burnt out on the Jurassic movies. I didn't see the last two.
What's the second one?
Extinction or something.
Oh, that's the one with the island.
They're all
The
on the island.
Yeah, no, where it blows up.
The last one was
The last one's terrible with
That's
the
like the
locusts
OG.
and
Right?
there's a hybrid baby.
A hybrid
the
baby.
clone.
Yeah, it's a clone. They
Clone
start
of-
cloning people.
That wasn't as bad. That wasn't too bad.
Like a person dinosaur.
That wasn't good. Not good.
I don't
Not
know.
good. No good, sir.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, but it's like, what are we doing? Now we're cloning people.
Why,
Okay,
That's
here's the thing.
That's a logical step. If you bring animals back to life, why wouldn't
It's
you want to
called
start cloning?
Jurassic Park. Okay, I want dinosaurs. I don't want clones.
Homo sapien.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I just think
Also, here's the thing. The trailer promised like, oh, look at them. The dinosaurs
Planet of
roamed
the
the
Apes.
earth. And
Yeah.
it was just like, okay, whatever. Let's move on. There's a clone kid. And locusts. Come on, dude. The first one's good. I like the first one.
I thought it was okay. Not the best Jurassic Park, but it was better than Jurassic Park 2. And 3.
I like two.
Anyways,
It's not better than 2 or
What do you
3.
think?
It's not better than 2 or 3. This one,
What do you mean? What do you mean? You think Jurassic Park 2 and 3 are good?
Yeah. No. That's not what I said. I said it's better than the.
Nah,
what
I'd
the last
I'd
one was.
rather watch the last one
Nah,
than.
you crazy, bro.
Anyways, what do you think of this trailer?
I thought it was good. I have the same problem. I'm not a huge fan of Scarlett Johansson, so it's just kind of like I'm a tough fight. Also, this is the other thing that annoys me about these. They're like, this is the most dangerous mission we're ever going to go on. Who the heck took their kids there? Like, there's like 3 children on this thing.
Yeah, they were vacationing, paraglider.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Typical
Boat crash.
Jurassic Park shenanigans. I thought it looked good. I almost got kind of like an Indiana Jones vibe a little bit. Like it looked like they were kind of like in a temple looking thing.
Oh, with an egg.
So that, I mean, I'm always down for a good adventure. And I think you said it off Mick. That,
Off mic, Mick.
that it seemed kind of like, oh, this is a mission that we're going on.
Yeah.
So more of like we're getting a crew together to do something instead of like
They seem like they have a real objective that they're doing. I feel like the other ones are like, oh, the dinosaurs are loose. Run away.
Oh no. Oh, there's a clone. Oh no.
A human baby clone. Yeah. I'm either or on Scarlett Johansson. I feel like some roles she's pretty good, and then others, I think her Black Widow character I got pretty sick of.
This is the same character.
Yeah.
She's playing Black Widow again. And what is she, Lucy also? She's playing the same.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her, the voice
her.
of the iPhone.
And the older sister in Home Alone 3. I think.
That's the one.
There you go. What's crazy about this is
She's pretty good in The Prestige, though.
that's probably my favorite thing.
I forgot she was in it.
Yeah. I always do, too. Did you know Christian Bale's in it?
Two of
In the
them.
Prestige.
Yeah.
2 Christian Bales are in it, actually. His twin brother.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Tristan.
Holy crap, dude.
Tristan and Christian.
Can't believe you
Drop
spoiled
that.
Oh, guys, come on. If you haven't seen The Prestige by now, you shouldn't even be allowed to talk about movies or listen to podcasts.
We just lost.
I can't believe you ruined that
We
for
just lost
people. Though. Like that's like such a great. You ruined it.
I didn't ruin it for people.
You're a joy stealer.
Oh my gosh. Back to what we're talking about. What's crazy is Jurassic World Rebirth, July 2nd. Superman, July 11th. Fantastic Four, July 25th. It's like
Dang.
they're all three of them are like
They can't
July.
spread out a little bit.
That is crazy.
Do you guys think any of these will blink? Like, if I were James Gunn,
I would blink.
I would
For
go
Fantastic Four.
Do you know what? I'm gonna go into August or push it up to June because I'm like, you're sandwiched in the middle because the Jurassic Park movies make a lot of money.
Yeah.
The last two, I think, crossed $1 billion, didn't they?
Which is crazy.
So people love dinosaurs
Yeah.
all over the world, not just in the United States. Then you've got Superman, and then right after that, you got 2 weeks for Superman to do money before Fantastic Four comes out. It just seems interesting to me. One of these,
That's crazy.
I think Superman's probably going to move.
I think I'd push it to like early June.
Yeah,
I'd probably cancel it.
That's the better choice.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's gonna be nuts.
Because what else is coming out in the summer?
I tried to look up.
Because it was hard to pick movies.
Yeah,
for the
there's not
anticipated-
very many.
Yeah. Is
Let's see. Where do you want to start? Let's start in May. Okay. Thunderbolts.
Oh.
I guess the poo-poo Captain America. comes out this
Atlantis.
month,
A
Yeah.
Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey.
Atlantis.
Clown in a Cornfield. Fight or Flight. May 13th. May 16th, sorry. Final Destination Bloodlines. May 23rd, Lilo and Stitch live action.
Brutal.
Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning.
Oh,
So that's probably the first movie I'm going to watch is in May. May 30th, Karate Kid Legends. I'm going 2 weeks in a row to the movie theaters. The Life of Chuck, don't know what that is. June 6th, Dirty Dancing 2. Yeah. From the World of John Wick, Ballerina. June 13th, Pixar's Elio. How to Train Your Dragon live action.
No.
June 20th, 28 years later. June 27th, F1 movie, Megan
that one actually looks pretty
2.0.
sick, actually.
Is that Brad
That's
Pitt?
the Brad Pitt
Yeah.
one. July 2nd, Jurassic World. July 4th, new Trey Parker comedy. Who knows? July 11th, Superman. July 18th, I Know What You Did Last Summer and the Smurfs musical. July 25th, Fantastic Four. August, The Bad Guys 2. Beneath the Storm, The Naked Gun, Together. August 8th, One Battle After Another. Freakier Friday.
Ooh.
August 15th.
That'll get me in the theaters. dude.
Nobody 2, August 22nd, Americana, August 29th, Caught Stealing, The Toxic Avenger, September, The Conjuring, September 12th, Downton Abbey 3, September 19th, Him,
Get your
September
biscuits and tea.
26th, The Bride,
Crumpets.
October, Michael, Roofman, Animal Friends, Tron Ares, October 17th, The Black Phone 2, Good Fortune,
There was a Black
October
Phone 1.
24th, Mortal Kombat 2, Regretting You. November, Begonia, Predator Badlands, The Running Man, Now You See Me 3. Oh my gosh.
Woo! Have you guys seen those movies?
Yeah. My
Oh,
favorite
dude.
one is when they're trying to get that card out.
Is
You know they have to get the card out.
The second one? Oh yeah.
And they
yeah,
have to
yeah.
like, they're passing it like he's putting it
that
behind
when
his
they're, like,
ear.
flinging it
They're
around the
flinging it
room and
around
stuff?
the room. And Woody Harrelson's like, wee. They're all like doing that. I'm like, get out of here.
The first one was okay. The second one is bananas.
Like they just went crazy
Yeah,
with it.
they went crazy, and then they made a third one. I can't believe it. I'll be there.
November,
Opening night.
Wicked for Good, Zootopia 2, December, Five Nights at Freddy's, Avatar, Fire and Ash, SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants, December 25th, The Anaconda, The Housemaid, Marty Supreme, Sarah's Oil.
I can't
So
believe we
there's
just
not-
went through those.
I'm just saying there's not
Yeah,
very
no.
many movies that you're like,
Yeah, nothing crazy.
like there's,
Hey,
I,
the Anaconda movie. Did you see the announcement for that? Jack Black, Steve Zahn, Paul Rudd, Thandie Newton. That's going to be a great movie.
I mean, I'd see it for Steve Zahn. Jack
That's the
Black
only
is
thing.
just kind
They literally just had they just posted a video of a guy playing a guitar and Jack Black just singing the cast. and Paul
Nice.
Rudd playing a bongo.
There you go.
I'm there. Anaconda.
So we agreement blast for Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's a blast.
Sure.
Is it this one?
Oh, what a blast.
Got it.
It's not trash, so it
Hey,
has
so
to
we
be
got
blast.
two blasts for these trailers. We're gonna do some news now. The first thing we already talked about Jonathan Majors. That was going to be one of the major things we talked about in the news.
One of the most Jonathan things
But
we could talk about.
We got some. Speaking of the Prestige, Christopher Nolan.
Spoilers.
Wow, dude, what a segue.
His Odyssey movie just keeps casting people, and Nolan always has a really good cast in his movies, but I feel like this movie has like.
Do you think so? More than Oppenheimer?
Who was on Oppenheimer?
Everybody.
Okay, give me some names.
Freaking Robert Downey Jr.
Okay,
Alden Ehrenreich.
Freaking Josh.
Yeah, Josh from Drake and Josh, dude. Cecilian Murphy. Emily Blunt.
okay,
Einstein.
that's actually the guy from
Matt Damon.
That's actually the guy from The Dark Knight Rises. Didn't you know that?
Yeah. The guy that's like in the,
The child.
He's also in the Friends. He's also in Friends.
Okay, Matt Damon was in it.
Yeah.
But I'll raise you Matt Damon on the Odyssey. Matt Damon's in.
Oh, Josh.
Matt
Hartnett.
Damon set to lead the film. Tom Holland may play Odysseus' son, Telemachus. Zendaya may play the goddess Athena. Robert Pattinson may play Antinous. Anne Hathaway, Lupita Nyong'o, Charlize Theron, John Bernthal, Benny Safdie,
was in Oppenheimer.
Himesh Patel, Elliot Page. I mean, they keep adding more actors that you're just
If Hugh Jackman's not in it, what are we doing?
Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman. Do you know what was
Guy Pearce.
okay? Did you hear about that?
About Guy Pearce?
He was in an interview. I was going to bring this
He
up.
says he hates Memento.
No, he said he can't watch Memento because he says he's like, I hate how I acted in that. I did such a terrible job. And he's like, and that's probably why I've never worked with Nolan again. That's why he's never wanted to work with me again. And people
sad.
are like,
Wow.
people are like, no, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah. He's like, I watched it the other day and I realized how terrible I was. He's like, and I realized that's probably why I never worked with Nolan again. I
Talk
was like,
about being your own worst critic. Wow.
I was like, you know what?
I don't feel drunk.
No, I think he's just putting that out there so Nolan hears.
Yeah,
He's
he's
like, get
like-
him over here. We can put him as a Persian.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, I remember. I worked with him.
Man, he was terrible. That's crazy.
Yeah, but this is a crazy.
It is pretty
crazy
crazy
cast.
I mean, I feel like that's with Oppenheimer. That was the same thing every week. I remember I was getting annoyed because you're
Every
like
week.
another. Guess who got cast in Oppenheimer?
Why do
I
you
was
guys
like,
hate that I bring
hey,
up casting?
I don't care, dude.
Shame on you guys.
show me a trailer, Nolan.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy though.
Yeah, on location, they're gonna, this
The most expensive movie
it's
of all
gonna
time.
be an epic movie. That's for sure.
Did you say Adventures in Odyssey?
Adventures in Odyssey.
That's the title, right?
That is the title.
And they're probably not even done casting. There's going to
No,
be more
probably
and
not.
more coming out.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be an awesome movie. Anytime Nolan does a new movie, it's like, you got to watch it.
Is it set to release next year?
July 17th,
Right after Superman.
2030.
2026. So next year.
Dang, that's crazy.
He's pretty consistent with
Yeah.
is it like every
That's
3
nuts.
years he has a movie come out?
Do you know what's crazy? He's going to have 2 movies that have come out before Across the Spider-Verse Part 2 comes out.
Hey, shut up.
That's
Shut
crazy.
your mouth.
Especially since they're redoing the whole thing.
It's a lot harder.
No, it's
Animation's a
not.
lot harder.
It's not.
Yeah, it is, dude.
No.
What Nolan does, dude, it's easy. It's so easy, dude.
Nolan is just a baller. The next thing we're going to talk about, a little bit about the Oscars. Just the
Is
fact
this
that...
nerdy enough?
Of course
No.
it is. It's movies. The thing that everyone is kind of just going crazy over is the fact that Dune Part 2
Yeah, this is nuts.
not nominated for Best Director, which is absolutely insane.
Did they get cinematographer either?
I don't know. but they got Best Picture nomination, but not Best Director, which is absolutely stupid. The other thing that everyone is up in arms about is the Emilia Perez Netflix movie got 13 nominations, which is
the record, right?
Which is
tied for the record,
which is like insane, and people are like, "This movie's not even good."
I think it's tied for Titanic, right?
Yeah,
and Return of the King.
No, Return of the King was nominated for 11, won 11.
Oh.
Titanic
didn't Fellowship get 13?
I don't know.
Wow.
Are you looking at it?
I'll look it up. Keep talking.
But a lot of people are like, it makes no sense that this would be nominated for the things it's nominated for. Which just goes to show you how kind of ridiculous the Oscars have gotten, where it's like, you're not really giving nominations to the most deserving. Like the fact that Dune Part 2 is not nominated for Best Director, which they did the same thing to him in, what was the other movie he did that he didn't get nominated for?
Arrival?
Maybe. There's another movie that was like, why are you not...
Sicario?
Dune Part 1.
The other thing was Josh Brolin was like, if he doesn't get nominated, I'm going to quit acting. And he didn't get nominated. So it's like, well, looks like I'm done acting. Like, it's just absolutely insane when you think about it. It's the same thing with Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer doesn't get nominated for the best score. He wins the Grammy for best soundtrack for Dune Part 2. The Oscars are like, no, you can't be nominated because it's similar music. I was like, John Williams got nominated for every Star Wars movie and it had the same song.
That's what doesn't make sense. I don't know who I was telling this to also, but Wicked is nominated, but it's based off a Broadway show.
Yeah.
So all the music from the Broadway show, so that's okay.
It's not original. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's like they go out of their way to find the most like in the woods movie that no one really cares about, and like we're just gonna put this movie on the map and make people upset.
What's crazy is people are going in because they're like, oh, what's this movie? Got 13 nominations, and they're going and watching it, and they're like, how is this movie getting nominations? The funny thing is, so that movie is about it's directed by a French guy about a Mexican drug cartel guy who then decides he wants to become a woman, and so he has a sex change, and it's a musical about that. And so people are like, so they nominated the transgender actress to best actress or whatever. But then a bunch of her old tweets came out. And so now Netflix is like, we refuse to pay for her to go to the Oscars. The Oscars are like shunning her and all this stuff that I'm like, it's kind of interesting to be like, you kind of gave these nominations to make a point, and now you're like, oh,
just kidding.
It's problematic. She's a little problematic. So, so it's just kind of, for me, it's like interesting to see when you do something to give someone a nomination that really shouldn't have those nominations, to make a point, and then the reality comes out and now everyone's squirming like, what do we do? It's just kind of like, that's why you go with what people are watching. You don't go to, make a political statement or anything. It's just like, it's ridiculous.
Go woke, go broke.
The director also, some comments resurfaced about him saying things about Spanish. He's like, oh, we're doing the movie all in Spanish because that's the language of poor people.
What?
So yeah, there's a lot of problems.
Wow.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump, 13 nominations.
Okay.
Fellowship of the Ring, Chicago, Shape of Water, Oppenheimer, and a couple. I think that's it.
The ones on there that don't deserve it: Shape of Water, and Chicago, and now Emilia Perez.
How many nominations did Crash get?
All of them. 26. 26 nominations.
But it's just kind of nuts. It's like, it goes to show you just how much. Perfect example is also like Christopher Nolan never winning until Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
And then in some cases, never being nominated for Best Director. Like, I'm pretty sure he was nominated for Best Picture for, what's the
Dunkirk,
but he wasn't nominated for Best Director.
right?
It's
Which
just
doesn't
like,
make sense.
What a weird thing.
It seems like those two should go hand in hand.
Exactly. If you're
Like,
going to
do you realize
nominate Dune
who
Part
made this
2,
movie?
if you're going to nominate
Yeah.
Dune Part 2 for Best Picture,
Yeah.
then you nominate the director for Best Director.
Right.
Like, it's dumb.
The problem is that I think the way they think about it is like, oh, well, if he's going to make a trilogy, then we'll just nominate him for the trilogy.
Yeah, it's
you know
dumb.
what I mean? It's like, no, if that's the best movie of the year and it's the best directed of the year, that's who needs
Yeah.
to win. I feel like they almost like, it's the same thing with any type of voting, like MVP voting in
Wow.
the NFL. It's like, oh, well, if we give him offensive player and we give him MVP, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like they try to justify it instead of just being
just-
like,
well,
this
and-
is the best. This is the best.
And Dune Part 2 is better than the first Dune.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like-
it is.
And most people agree with that. Like Dune Part 2, it's bigger, it's better, it kind of, the pacing is better, like
Yeah.
everything about it, even the soundtrack. The soundtrack, I think Dune Part 2 soundtrack is better
Yeah,
than
it's
Dune
better.
Part 1. So to me, it's like, how are you then being like, you can't get nominated for Best Score, even though you won last time for the other one. You can't be nominated for Best Director, even though you did one last time. But now you're doing a bigger movie and you're doing a better thing. It's absolutely
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
dumb.
It's all politics.
Who's
Oscar
hosting?
sucks. Who is hosting?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Probably a comedian.
That's a good guess.
Conan.
Conan.
Wow. Where's he?
Okay. Doing podcasts.
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien, he's a friend.
That's right.
That's a good podcast.
I mean, didn't both his parents just die?
Did they? Oh, they did.
Like
yeah,
both his
like
parents
within
and his
like weeks
sister?
of each other.
Something like
his
that?
sister died too. That's crazy.
Something like that. It's crazy. I was listening to the podcast where he wasn't on it, but the other two were on. It's crazy. Yeah, Oscars are dumb. I hope Conan does well, but I'm probably not going to watch. This isn't
Why'd you
news.
do that to his mouth?
This isn't news.
Mick
but,
just reached over.
this isn't news, but have you guys watched American Primeval? It's on Netflix. It's like a
No,
Western.
that's a Western. Is it good?
It's so good. It's really violent.
Yeah, that's kind of heard. I don't do violence.
But it's the one of the guys that did The Revenant.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so it's like, it's brutal. You know, like when we watch The Revenant, you're like, I actually feel cold watching
Yeah.
this. It's like, it's the same thing. You're like, I feel exactly what I'm supposed to be feeling. But it's really interesting because obviously it's violent and stuff like that. It doesn't, the nice thing about it though, it doesn't have any like nudity or anything like that in it.
Nice.
But I wasn't expecting it to. It takes place in Utah, and
Oh, it's with the.
it's Mormons.
Yeah, it's the Mormons.
It's like the U.S. Army, Mormons, and then the Indians, and then some random people. But the Mormons absolutely suck.
Yeah, they're crazy,
it's-
dude.
They're the villains. They're terrible.
Yeah,
And it's just one of those things that you're like, everyone sucks.
yeah.
You know, and there's some good characters in there, but you're like, you're rooting for them, but everyone else, you're like, man, something bad's gonna happen.
Who's in it?
It's Betty Gilpin is like the mother who
Is Taylor Kitsch?
Taylor Kitsch is the other main guy.
Texas Forever.
Shea Wingham, Dane DeHaan
Okay.
is in it. He's a Mormon guy. That's crazy.
I can see him, yeah.
Jai Courtney.
Oh, he's in it.
I didn't think it was him, and I was like, and then I kept
Does he
looking.
play- Australian
Does he play a
accent,
Native
or-
American?
No, he plays like a, but he's got like a really big beard, and I was like, that guy looks really familiar. And then after a while, I was like, oh, that's Jai Courtney. He does a really good job. But yeah, the Mormons are insane. It's really interesting, and I thought it was really good. It's like, I don't think they're doing another season. I think it's just like a mini series.
How many episodes?
I think there's 8.
Nice. Yeah, it looked pretty good.
The music is really cool. It actually reminds me a ton of Red Dead Redemption. The music is like, really subtle, but it's like a guitar, but then the electric guitar comes in. It's like it's really good. It has like a little piano in it, and the shots remind me a lot of Red Dead Redemption. Just the look of it, it's really interesting. So I'd recommend it. Again, it's very violent and a lot of blood. So if that's something you don't like, but it's one of those shows that's like gritty and dirty, and you kind of feel.
Just got to take a shower afterwards.
It's so well done that you're like, ugh. Yeah. Like Melissa and I were watching it, and it was like, do you want to watch another episode? It's like, let's put on a Seinfeld episode, or put on something. Let's watch some Bluey before we go to sleep. But it's just really well done. The acting is absolutely amazing too. So,
sweet.
For those of you who like Western stuff, this is worth watching if you like Westerns.
Cool.
I agree, partner.
Did you guys watch any? Have you guys watched any of the Spider-Man stuff? Did you end up watching it?
I haven't. How many are out now? 3?
I don't know. I just watched that first 2. But I figured if you guys were going to watch it, so I don't know. I can't get into it. There's something about the art style that I don't know. It's not something that I want to go back to and watch again. Like that, I'm not like dying to watch it again. It's just like. It also feels like a rehash of a lot of stuff that I've seen before, like the origins of Spider-Man. You know, it's kind of like I've seen all this before.
I think my problem with the animation is I don't know what logical path leads me to this, but after seeing like Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and then I see the new show's animation, to me it seems like it's TV budget trying to do what the movies had already done, and the movies are great, and it doesn't seem like it lives up to how good it could be, because we've seen probably the best. So
they got to redo the original Spider-Man, like the 90s cartoon.
Oh yeah,
that's what they got to do.
That one doesn't hold up.
No, it does not.
I just remember the Morbius episodes where you fly around and they had the little suckers on his hands.
Shocker! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth.
Yeah, that didn't hold up.
Yeah, but they redo the animation though.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
What's that? I always see the clip of when they're like I didn't realize this as a kid, when he's like he shows the kid who he is. He's like, wow, Peter Parker. Yeah. And then he like leaves and it's like the hospital for the terminally ill or something like that. And he's like, dang.
Loophole.
Yeah.
He found the loophole.
Loophole. Yeah. Anyways, hey, is there anything else you guys want to discuss, or we're going to call it a night?
Anything about the Super Bowl? Any commercials you think? Trailers you think will drop?
Another Fantastic Four. I think they said another trailer. Potentially.
I don't know if that's the case.
It seems kind of crazy that they would release well, this was just a teaser, right?
I think it's a full trailer. I mean, it was teasers are usually like a minute. This was like a minute 40 something.
It kind of felt teasery though. It didn't really feel like a trailer one.
I can't imagine they would release that there and then spend millions of dollars to then do a TV spot.
Yeah, but
at the Super Bowl.
The loophole's always like, oh, it's literally right after the Super Bowl. So
maybe.
I guarantee we'll probably see something of the new Captain America poo-poo movie.
Oh, I don't even think they'll do that.
I don't think they'll waste it.
We can talk about that a little bit.
I bet they're just trying to sell that movie as best they can, so they're putting out so much stuff for it. I feel like there's a new trailer every week and a half.
I was watching a YouTube video. The first ad was a Captain America trailer. Second ad, Captain America trailer. And then midway through the video again, Captain America trailer. Second ad, Captain America trailer. It was like a 10-minute video. And I was like, I got 10 minutes of the trailer. That's crazy.
This says that what to expect is Jurassic World, another one of those, which things seems interesting. Megan 2.0, Mission Impossible, Thunderbolts.
I would love to see
that's about it.
A new Mission Impossible trailer.
I would love to see Tom Cruise like skydive into the stadium.
I would like to see them
Didn't he do that for the Olympics or something?
Yeah.
No,
I'd
he
like to
did?
see them use Tom Cruise as the football.
Oh,
Roll him up in a ball and
No.
throw him.
Guys, you're missing it. I'd like to see Tom Cruise run and have the rest of the teams like chasing him so that he's doing his run.
And they're trying to tackle him.
They're
There's
trying
no
to
way they
get
can
him.
catch him.
And there he's just
too
going.
fast.
It's the fastest man alive.
Speaking of Captain America, Anthony Mackie.
Hates America.
Well, he had this thing where they asked him like, what does it mean to be Captain America? And he said, there's a lot of things. Being American isn't one of them. And so he explained like, it's not about, and so a lot of people were upset like, dude, you're Captain America. Like, and then he came by like a couple days later and was like, I didn't mean that. I meant like, I want it to be universal.
I hate America.
But so it's just like one of those things that you've already said that though. And now a bunch of people are like, I'm not going to go watch this. So I don't know. I saw a meme of someone being like, Marvel's like, hey, we really need people to watch this. Don't say anything that would make people not want it. And he's like, Captain America doesn't define America for me. And then people are like, ah. And so it's just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like that movie's in trouble anyways. And it kind of feels like them dropping it in February.
That's
is
that's
a bad
dumping ground.
Especially the rumors that they've like reshot a bunch of it and they had like, people watch it and they're like, this is terrible. And then they're like, oh, let's reshoots. The 2 clips they've dropped are absolutely terrible. One where Harrison Ford is like on the bike, and then the other one where Captain America is fighting this dude, and they're doing the typical like, let's fight, but let's joke, let's just get this over with. He's like, I'm gonna come and punch you. He's like, oh yeah, it's hurting. I've been out of shape. Like it's just like none of that is real. It's just your typical like, let's have a funny kind of like them fighting. I don't know. It
great.
Doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
You just sold me on the movie. Can't wait.
So that's one of those I'm not really going to go watch.
It's in your contract.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Are any of you guys going to go watch it in theaters?
I mean, I thought if you guys went, I thought we were going together.
I'll wait till it goes to like the Garland.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, Matt, Tuesdays you go, it's like $8, $7.
I just really don't want to put any money towards that movie. It just looks so bad.
Yeah, I kind of.
When does it come out? End of the month?
No, not the end. It's Valentine's Day.
17th?
Next week.
Good.
Next week. So
Crazy.
yeah. But that's going to do it for our show this week. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We will be back next week. You can find us on TikTok, on X, on YouTube, except this week because there's no video since Corey wasn't here. So check us out on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, anywhere else you get podcasts. We'll be back next week with more of the Nerd Age Podcast. See y'all later.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.